Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here, we successfully get all that our project data in our all project area, right? So now in this video, I want to complete our add project. So if you want to add this project, that will be just like our services. Okay, so if you understand that services, that should be not hard for you. We have already created our main structure. First of all, if you go to that sidebar, I want to create another one as a add services. That is will be our route. I want to create this route. Now go to our web route. Into the web route, that will be as a project add, and our route name will be as a add projects, right? And then in our project controller, I want to create another method as a add project. I want to create this method in our project controller. Now go to our project controller here after this. Okay, after this I name it as a public, and then function, and then add project. So to this add project, I will simply load one of the page. Okay, I want to load one of the page that will be on the return page. I better copy it and paste it. So return view in our backend, it is the project. Now I want to create another page as the add project. So right now we don't need to pass any data, so I simply remove it, which is totally fine. So now I want to create this page as a add project page in our project folder. So if there is a project folder, I want to create another new file, click as a save as, name it as a add project.blade.php. okay, so here this page will be just like our services add. So from our services add, I copy everything, and then in our there is our service add service. Right now I paste it. So here only we have to customize it. So that will be as a add project. Okay, that will be as a add project. And for the project, if you go our database, if you go to the structure, so our image, two images will be needed, and project name, project description will be needed. So first of all, I want to update it. That will be as a project name. Okay, project name. And then if you want to add some of the validation, you can add this validation, project name. I also want to update the same name as a project name. I copy it. That will be as a project name. And I also add some of the validation. If you want to add this, then you have to display it with this, right? And then that will be another one as a project description. So for the project description, I copy it, and that is one of the text area. I name it as the same name as a project description and the project description, which is totally fine. And also there is another one as a project features. So for the reasons better, I'm going to copy this div. I copy this div and I paste it. So that will be as a project features. And for the project features, our field name as a project features, I copy it. So that will be as a project features. I name it. Okay, I updated that name. And for the validation, I make it as a project features. Perfect. And then the images, there is a live preview also needed. Better I copy another, that will be another input field. Better I copy this one. Okay, I copy this tab as a project name. So after that features, I take it and paste it. So that will be as a live preview. I make it as a live preview link. Okay, live preview link. So that is one of the input field, and type will be as a text type, and then I name it as a live preview. So our field name as a live preview, and also validation as a live preview. Great. And then I have already taken that name, description, features, live preview, and that is the image one and the image two. For now, I first of all I copy that image one, and also they have the image one functionality. I make that name as image one, which is totally fine. This will be displayed that image. Perfect. And for the images, I also created another script. You can see for whatever the image you will select, it will be displayed in here. Perfect. So there is our image ID and then the show image. So now I'm going to take another one, and also better I'm going to change that name as a choose image one, because they have the two images, right? So image one, sorry, that will be the one, and I want to better copy the total things. I copy this total image portion, and then after that I paste it. So that will be as a image 2. Okay, that will be as image 2. And our field name also as a image 2. I copy it. So here I want to update that field name as image2. And also if you want to display the same AJAX functionality, whatever the image will be selected, it should be displayed right now. Then you have to add another ID. I make it as a image1 or image2. Okay, image2, and that will be as a image show image2. So also you have to create another script. But I copy this script and then I paste it. So that will be as a image2 and then show image id2. So now there is actually two different ID. So now that should be displayed also in here. Okay, friend. So that is our image2, that is our image1, that is our live preview link, that is a project features, that is one of the text area, project description, and then project name, which is totally fine. Now if you click as a save as, want to check it, go there, click as a refresh. And now if you go to our add projects, perfect. So there is a project name, project description, project features, there is a live model preview link, and the image1 and the image2, right? And also if you select image1, I want to check it. Yes, it's working. And another image, I choose it. Yes, it's working. Perfect, right? So now there is a add service. I don't know this add service. Here I want to change that value. That will be as a add project. Okay, I make it as a project. Perfect. So now friend, that is the same condition. Now we have to apply. There is a form. So into this one of the form area, we have to create another action. So that is our method will be as a post method. Action I want to create as a project store. And also make that sure here you have to add that NC type multipart form data. So was from here also you have to upload some of the images. So now I want to update this image with this NC type multipart form data, and our CSRF token will be also needed. We have to now create this route as a project store. I copy it. Now go to our web. So here I want to customize it in our services. So here into the services, that will be same. So I want to create update our route as a project store, and our URL will be as a project store. And now in our project controller, into the project controller, I want to create another method as a store project. So I copy it. Now go to our project controller. Into the project controller, after this I name it as a public, and then function, and then our method name as a project store, and I make it as a and method. Okay, and method. So and then here also that is one of the post method, right? That is one of the post methods. So here we have to pass that request and then the $request. So that will be as a $request, which is totally fine. And rest of this will be actually just like same what exactly we have done in our service controller. Into the service controller, if you also want to add some of the validation, you can add this validation. But I copy everything. Okay, I copy everything from area, which is totally fine. I copy it and now go to our project controller. After that I paste it. So if you want to add some of the validation, I think you already know what exactly you have to do. I updated this part. So now our field name as a project name, I want to do into project name will be as a required. Project description, I want to make it as a required, and then image1 I want to make it as a required. Okay, so image1 I make it as a required. So for the project name, if you want to make it as a required, that is the input project name. Okay, input project name, and that will be the same for the project description as a project input project description, which is totally fine. And here I have already done it for the service controller, right? But I didn't check it. If you want to check it, like if you go to the services, if you go to that add services, like here there is a service name. If you want to make it as a empty, click as a add service. Yes, you can see it's now showing as an input service name and input service description. So that means in our service controller, here I have already put that validation, and there is a custom validation message as the input service name, input service description. You can see it's also perfectly working. So here right now I want to do the same things for our recent, there is a project. So project validation. So that is all that our validation, which is totally fine. And now they have the two images, right? For the images, better I want to use it as a image_1. Okay, that will be as the image 1. I want to update that image, and also that will be as the image 1. I updated that part. And this resize file, if you go to our images, for this I'm actually using what type of image? Before actually using direct link, maybe if you go to our page, so here I copy that image address and I paste it. Okay, I paste it, so that is the images, but I save it. So here that is all that are my pictures. So here I want to save it. Okay, I want to save it, and now I want to check this image. If you go to that show image, and I want to find out that image dimension, you can see image dimension is a 626 by 417. So I want to update, so that will be as a 627. So not the 27, what that is equal to 626, right? 626 and then 417. So 626 and then 417. So that will be actually our total image dimension. That is our width and that is our height, which is totally fine. And now that will be uploaded. It will be uploaded in our which place? It will be uploaded in our upload. I want to create another folder as a project. So it will be uploaded in here. And also here we have to pass that same things, rather than it will be not display. And also I want to update in our database with this upload project. So now I want to create this folder. If you go to our services, I have already created that another one as a services. Now I want to create another one as a project. Okay, so now all that our project related image will be saved in here. So here I created one of the folder, which is totally fine. That is our image 1. So image 1, our file name as the image 1. So I copy it, so that will be as the image 1. Okay, that will be as the image 1. Perfect. So now I want to add another one. I copy it, and also there is a save URL. I want to do and to change it as a save URL for the one. And better, now I copy it and then I paste it, because there are the two images. Another image will be as a name as the image 2. So I make it as the image 2, and also image I make it as a 2. Okay, 2. And then we have to update our name, unique name, that make changes like the same dimension, that will be uploaded into the same folder, which is totally fine. And our save URL for the database, that will be as image 2. Okay, I name it as a 2. Great. And then we have to insert this data. So right now that is our model name. I want to insert this data in our which table? I want to insert this data in our project table, right? So for the project, I have already added one of the model as a project model. So here we have to add that project, and then I want to insert our field name. So here we have apply all that our field. So if you go to our field, like first of all, there is a project name. I make it as a project name. Our project name will be our requested project name, our requested field name. Here I name it as a project name, right? So that will be our requested field name as a project name. I hope, friend, you understand that part, what exactly the things here you have to do. And then the project feature description, I copy it, and here we don't need this. I copy it, and then that will be as a project description, and our requested field name also as a project description. I make it as a project description, and better I copy it, because they have the another two field. So after that there is a project features. I copy it, and that will be as a project features, and then our requested field name as a project features. I copy it, that will be our requested field name as a project features, right? And then our database field name, another one as a live preview. I make it as a live preview. So live preview, and then in our database request, that means our requested field name as a live preview. So I copy it, so that will be as a live preview. And after that, there is our images. So there should be two images, one as a image 1. I copy it, one will be as the image 1, another will be our image 2. So for the image 1, I take it our save URL will be as a save URL 1, right? So I make it as a save URL 1, and then for the image 2, I take that as the image 2, and for the image 2, our save URL will be as a save URL 2. Perfect. Okay, friends, so that's all you have to do. So I simply updated these portions. Now that should be inserted 2 of this, and now the notification message as this message as a project inserted successfully, and alert type as a success, and it will be return redirect to our all page that I have already created as a all projects. So I copy it and now I update it. I hope friend every part is very much clear to you. So before I have actually inserted one image, right now they have the 2 images. I simply pass out 2 image field name. Okay, so great. So first of all, I'm going to check that validation, then we will actually insert this data. So it will be inserted this data in our project. Now click as a save all. Click as a save all. Now go to our project. That means in our backend. Now click as a refresh. And now if you go to that all project, and that is our add project. Okay, so now that is our add project. So if you want to make it as a add project, now you can see it's now showing our custom message as a input project name, input project descriptions, because here I have already added some of the validation. You can see project name as the input project name and input project description. And also this message is visible if you go here. You can see I have already show some of the error message as with this error project name, and that is our message. And here I pass on the spend class as a text danger. So for the text danger, you can see our color actually become changed, which is totally fine. So now I'm going to insert another new one as a recent project. I copy it. I copy that recent project test. Okay, so this type of one of the name as a recent project text. I copy some of the description. Okay, I copy some of the description. I copy some of the features. So features is actually for, if you go to that our read more, for the read more button. If you go to the read mode, they have some of the description, but I copy some of this type of description. Okay, that is will be our features. And then the live preview, I make it as easylearningbd.com. I choose one of the images for education purpose. Right now I choose this image for the one, and that will be the another one. I use this one. Okay, so if everything okay, now that should be inserted this data. Click as a add project. Again again I didn't add that image. If you go here, you can see I have used that image. So now also we have to use it, right? We have to use this image. Make that sure you add it. Now click as a save all, and now I go back. Oh, I forget it again. So now I refresh it again, and then our project name, I make it as a project name test. Put some of the description, like as this type of one of the description. Okay, I copy this description, and then I copy some of the details. I copy it, and then here that will be the project features, and then the link, and then I choose one of the image 1. I choose this one. Image 2, I choose that image to this one. Okay, perfect. And also I want to check it or any images save it or not. No, there have no images inserted. Now if you click as a add project, yes, you can see project inserted successful. And if you go here, you can see our project image 1 is visible, right? So now there is a name, that is our description, and that is also the project image 1. Perfect. So now if you go to our home page, and if you go to that portfolio, better first of all and refresh it. And now if you go to that portfolio, here that should be another one. Yes, you can see friend, now there is another one is perfectly visible. So there is a project name test, and here I also pass some of that project short description. If you go to that view more, yes, you can see it's also successfully now loaded, right? So this image is also successfully loaded. There's a project name text, and everything is great. So here you can also add some of the images as per your demand. That means image size. So there may be some of the default another image size. So you can actually change that image size as per your demand, right? If you go to that portfolio, and here for the project details, here you can see there is actually another image size. So here we have to actually use this image type of one of the size. Better I save it. And if you go to this image, if you go, you can see this image actually 540, right? There is a 540 and 607. So that will be for our image 2. So I want to change it as a 540 and 607 for the image 2. For the image 2, I want to make it as a 5 that is actually what, that is actually the 540. Okay, that will be the 540, and then another one as a height as a 607. So I make it as a 607. I hope, friend, you understand that person. Right now we are using that image intervention package. So now with this we can actually manage it as per your demand. Okay, so now that will be that means our image 1 will be saved with this dimension, image 2 will be saved with this dimension. Okay, so now if you click as a save all, but everything rest of this work perfectly. I want to insert another one, click as a refresh, and now I want to add another project. I name it as a project name new. And also put some of the copy some of the description. Okay, copy some of the description, and here I name it. So I want to make it as a new. Okay, that means the new name new. Then that will be easy. So that is a name new. I put some of the description, I copy it, and then that is a project features, live preview. I use the same as ELE, and then I choose another image. Now our image should be work perfectly. I use this one, and also for the image 2 I want to use this one. Okay, I want to use this one. Now click as add project inserted successful. It's also display in here our first image. If you go to our database, go to the browse, you can see it's inserted another one, right, which is totally fine. Now also our URL is updated. And if you go to our project again, I want to go to our home page. Now refresh it again. So here if you go in our home page, that should be display only 3, right? You can see in our home page only display 3, because I have already discussed about that things with you. Here I put some of the limitation. It should be get only the 3 data, but if you go to the portfolio, it should be get all the data, right? Yes, you can see now there is a new one is visible. There is a project name new, and if you go to that view, yes, you can see right now that is appropriate. So here I have already changed that image dimension. So if you go to our folder, that is our project folder, you can see all that our images is saved, and now that is dimension is become changed as a 540 and then 607. So now appropriate. Okay, so now that is actually appropriate, and also our name is visible. You can see our top page is also dynamic, right? So here there is our dynamic name, there is a name is visible, there is short description is visible, and then that is our total features description is visible. Great. And also you can see our live preview is visible as easy learning /Ali. That means everything work perfectly. So now total part, that is our total part is dynamic. So now if you go to the portfolio, so here you can actually add multiple portfolio as per your demand. Okay, I hope it's very much clear to you, friend. So now you can manage everything from your backend. So in our next video, I want to complete our edit functionality and then delete functionality. So how can do that work? In our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.